Hey guys, this is Tulin. Do you find yourself at a crossroad and you have to make a decision, but you don't know which decision to make because, it might be the wrong decision? So I'm going to bring some light and perspective on this, what I've learned along my journey, and it's completely changed my decision-making mindset when making decisions, obviously. So when we're making decisions, it's really not about the decision. It's about the fear of making that wrong choice. Because God forbid you make that wrong decision, your world crumbles, you wish you made the other decision, you're in regret, you're angry about yourself, and you're not even present. Now, for me, that means that ultimately you didn't trust yourself. Do you trust yourself? Now that's a pretty odd question that I think we need to ask ourselves more. Now, when I was trying to pinpoint my career after university, I was so scared of making that wrong decision. So scared that I didn't even make a decision. And I didn't want to be stuck in something that I didn't enjoy. Now, deep down I knew, and I realised later on, that I couldn't be boxed into a career. Career 1, career 2, career 3. Career 3, you get X amount of money, X amount of hours. I don't know about you guys, but that was just something I couldn't agree with. I didn't want that for myself. Now, when you start thinking independently and deciding who you want to be and what you actually want in life, that's a pretty bold move, because actually we're really scared of who we want to be, and that's really sad. So I realised later on that there's a way out. I can start an online business, but then I had to make a decision. Okay, well, which online business do I need to take? Which is the best for me? Will it work for me? Which is the best option? And I won't get into it, but that really depends on where you are on your journey, who you are. And if you've got no experience at all, then gaining the skills is a no-brainer. And that is how I started. So what's the easiest part when making a decision in your journey? Believe it or not, it's just to make that decision. Because instead of waiting by the stand line, instead of waiting for the right decision, instead of analysing and obsessing, deliberating which path to take, just take a path. Just start walking one. But how do you know which decision, which is the best one? It's going to be the path that you take. If you take the left or right, whatever decision that you make, you have the ability to make it right for you. You have that responsibility 100%, and there will be something that you learn from whichever path that you take. Taking uncalculated risks, bold, courageous decisions will harden you. It will make your decision making a lot quicker and faster. You will become an action doer, and you will gain more experience, knowledge, and skills, because you've decided to walk the path instead of just waiting by the sideline and reading about it. And that's one of the reasons why people don't move forward. They're thinking too much. No one ever figures what the future will hold by calculating in their minds, revising it back and forth, because that doesn't change anything. Your thinking doesn't change anything, your action does. So realising that your fears are in the way and putting them aside is going to be the easiest decision, because that will make you ready for the journey ahead. And what you think will be your biggest problem right now about making the decision, you'll realise later on in the journey was nothing. For example, when I started my online business, looking back at it, I was thinking, like I said, which path did I take? Will it work for me? Which is the best for me? I realise now just the decision of making it, doing it, was nothing compared to, you know, the challenges that I have to do on the journey, which I see in a positive way. You don't have to see it as something that's going to stop you every time. So realizing that your fears are your worst enemy at this moment, like the fear of, will it work for me? Do I have enough money, time, energy? Do I have enough skills? These fears are probably not even true, because we've calculated scenarios in our head based on past experience and beliefs of ourselves and our reality as we see it at this present moment. So knowing that you have that perspective, you can now expand your mind and see in a different light, because now when you make the next decision, ask yourself these questions. Is fear getting in the way? Do I trust myself enough to make an uncalculated decision for a better life and that will better my life? Instead of waiting by the steps, instead of waiting by the stand line, watching life. So now you go head first and you experience it by yourself, because the only way that you're going to find out is by taking that path. So the decision that you make today will change your life tomorrow. So I hope I've shed some light and perspective into this, because it's definitely improved my decision making, and knowing that whichever path that you take, it's not going to be wrong. You know yourself more than anybody. So you know yourself the best. You should trust yourself, and whichever path that you take, you will learn something from it both ways. Putting those fears aside, taking that action, be 10 times more ahead of people who just think about it, making calculations and, okay, if I do this then that, you know, just do it. Take the path on. Be that, you know, that makes you a leader as well. People will look up to you because you just take on that path and you go for it. So I'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.